Good evening. Teachers at a school in Birmingham have voted to refuse to teach a pupil who was allowed to return to class after being excluded over an incident involving a knife.
The pupil was permanently excluded, but the decision was overturned by governors. A strike ballot has now been held, with teachers potentially taking action by the end of the week.
It comes as campaigners call for a knife amnesty following the deaths of two teenagers who were stabbed in the city in the past 7 days. Charlotte Grant reports.
A pupil at the centre of a row over knife crime was told not to come to Saltley School today. They were permanently excluded earlier this year after an incident with a knife. Staff couldn't believe it when the school's Board of Governors later reversed the decision. A member of staff who wanted to remain anonymous told me that teachers here were gobsmacked when the pupil was allowed to return. They say the school's always had a policy of if a child is seen with a knife, then that's it, and they're angry about the message this now sends out. That's why teachers here wanted to be balloted. ITV News understands 90% of teachers who voted did so in favour of refusing to teach the pupil, while 80% voted in favour of strike action. Today, the school said the safety of all its pupils and staff is a priority. Unions are now negotiating to try to stop a strike happening on Friday. News of the row comes 2 days after musician Joshua Ribera's death. Today, friends and fans of the 18-year-old who was known as Depsman helped get his album to #1 in the iTunes hip-hop chart. The rapper had been at a fundraising event a year to the day since his friend Carl Sheehan, here on the left, was also stabbed to death. Joshua's mum's paid tribute to her son, saying, "The most beautiful son a mum could ask for has been taken away from me. All who know me know he was my world, my everything. I loved him with every bit of my heart, and my heart is now broken." Joshua's death makes him the 5th victim of knife crime in Birmingham in just over 6 months. Now there are calls for a knife amnesty across the city to stop there being another.
When are we going to try something new? When are we going to start sharing responsibility for our families? When are we going to start sharing responsibilities for the safety of our street? It's not just down to the authorities. We all have our role to play. If people own this, they will do something about it.
A club night is now being organised in memory of Joshua to raise money for his family. They have spent the day trying to arrange his funeral. Charlotte Grant, ITV News.
Well, so far we've been unable to contact the school's Board of Governors for a comment, but we will, of course, keep you updated as this story develops.
3 people have been jailed for a total of